Well, it didn't say no this morning like it did yesterday when I tried to put it in first gear for the first time. Yeah, it pretty much said no. Wallet, bike keys, we good. All right, let's go and go to breakfast and stuff my face. So we'll go out to Cherville. So good morning, everybody. It is March the 3rd, I think. So first thing I'm going to do is go stuff my face. I did put my Under Armour on this morning because yesterday I didn't, and my legs were just a little bit on the chilly side. Fingies were too, but like a dummy I realized that at least one of my gloves, the battery's dead on. So I'll need to charge those batteries up at some point. That pin lock ain't doing nothing right now. Or is that my... Yeah, that's my drop down that's fogging up. And the drop down does not have a pin lock. So today's plan, like I said, first step is going to be to go and fix the stomach being empty situation. And then from there, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know. I might, while I'm there, is go and look and see what dealers might be open on Sundays. I had thought about maybe trying to take a run up to Milwaukee, but yeah, it's too late of a start for that, up to the Harley Museum. But like I said, too late for that, and I have not renewed my my Hog membership yet, which I will do. Hello. I will probably do that next week. Just because, yeah, Hog is nationally is kind of a ripoff. If you don't live, I mean, yeah, you get roadside assistance and a few other things, but I got that through my insurance, which is, you know, and I think the Hog value of a roadside assistance is only like $100. So, yeah, while it's better than nothing, it's still about all you're going to get for $100 is if you run out of gas. That's about it. Maybe a very short tow, maybe very short. Decision time. I guess we'll go through Valpo. And they said the winds are going to kick up today out of the south, and that's actually why it's going to be so warm up here. We should hit close to 70 today. But we're going to have like 20-something mile-an-hour winds. Which is fine. This is fine. Fine. I think he's turning. Either way, I can beat him. He's turning anyway. That's an old W9K Whopper. So, I don't know what today's theme is going to be. I don't know where I'm going. I know I don't have enough time to go to Milwaukee, unfortunately, because work sucks. And if I didn't have to ref a basketball game tomorrow night, I would probably take this thing to work tomorrow morning. Because the rain ain't supposed to hit until, you know, late afternoon or, you know, well, even evening tomorrow night. But because I don't know when I'm going to be home and I might have to swing straight by where I'm supposed to ref the basketball game at, yeah. That's the only downside of driving a truck is you never know how long, you know, you don't know when you're going to get home. You know, traffic, flat tire, longer than expected load time, unload time, time waste at the rail yard, stuff like that. You're kind of at the mercy. Now, on the bright side, my fleet manager is supposed to be back, so I think I'm going to make sure, if nothing else, I put my request for my vacation time in for the Moto trip, which, like I said yesterday on the video that I should put up don't know today if it's going to be that one or if it's going to be the I don't know if that one's going to be the yeah, today is either going to be the video that I just filmed this morning, which was where the vendors are, the old Napa. You remember the old Napa ad campaign, the old Get the Good Stuff? That's another jingle that I have permanently stuck in my head. Get the good stuff. Yeah. I wonder if they're running their first class already over there, because the MSF people at one of the movie theaters, they run their level 1 learn to ride. What is it? The BRC, the basic rider course. Which, I mean, if I didn't have so much extra crap going on, I would consider getting the training to do that stuff, to be a, what they call a rider coach. Yeah. It would be one of those things I definitely consider doing. It's just, time coupled with I don't have a whole lot of time free in the summers because I go to Sturgis. I take a week trip on this. Yeah. And it looks like next week our weather is going to go back to, normal for this time of year. Highs in the low to mid 40s, and yeah, so poo-poo. Poo-poo! I am a little disappointed I didn't get a cam put in this thing over the winter, but it's not a big deal. At some point I'm going to get an oil pressure gauge put on this thing. Probably before I take my trip. Probably. There's like a newspaper just sitting there for reasons. I am definitely glad I put the Under Armour on, because even with it I'm getting just a little bit of a chill. Clear. Valpo University, home of one of the absolute dumbest rebrand athletic program name that I've ever heard in my life. They used to be the Crusaders, and with all the aftermath of the nutness that happened in 2020, and that's kind of so we're going to replace it. Number one, it's a Lutheran university, so why you wouldn't name it after the Crusaders? Okay, but I don't get it. But then the fact they went to Beacons. Okay, your mascot's a knight. You can just go with the Knights. That's fine. That Knights is fine. You wouldn't have to change much. No, we went to the Beacons for some reasons. Valpo High School or the Vikings. Okay, I get why you wouldn't want to do that. Although Loyola, I mean, now granted, I know in the case of Loyola Academy and Loyola, I can't talk today. Loyola University, they're affiliated. They're both affiliated with the Jesuits, I think. I don't know. They're both Catholic schools. So yeah, it makes sense. But they're both the Ramblers. I mean, they could have went with Vikings if they wanted to, or you know, I don't know. Besides Viking, what you would call yourself that starts with a V. Valkyries? I don't know. So when I was at Phantom yesterday, a guy was upgrading from a Yamaha 650. So I don't know if that would mean it was a Bolt. Is the Bolt 650? They said it was a cruiser. Or is the Bolt bigger? I thought the Bolt was bigger. I could be wrong. I don't know. It was like, yeah, you're going to be going from 650 cc's to something that's like, what's 117? Because the 107 is like at 1800, so you're going to be going around 1950, 2000 cc's. So you're going to be riding a bike that's got a lot more power and it's down low. Unlike a lot of the metric bikes that have the power more, you know, mid to high end. Well, Harleys love to run in the 2500 to 3500 range for the most part. Alright, so the belly is now full. I think we're gonna head down towards Monticello because I got my clock fixed, which is good. I did fix the clock on this thing, so I got it set right now to what would be Eastern Standard Time, and it'll be our time here in another. It'll be our time in another week and a half. No, another week. Clock's moving next Sunday. What am I talking about? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, but yeah, I don't know. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do. I kind of would like to end up at Cycle Gear to take a look at Cycle Gear to check out some gloves. Not that I'd buy, but so do I go to Tinley or do I go to Maryville? I mean, I got about 5 hours really before I want to be back home. I don't think it really matters. Tinley or Maryville? Tinley or Maryville? Tinley or Maryville? Let's go to Tinley. Yeah, you know what? Let's go to Maryville. It don't really matter because we can. It's kind of six of one, half dozen of another. The nice thing about going to Maryville is that I don't know. It's kind of distance-wise from here. It's about the same. It really is. From here, it's about the same. It's just, how are you getting there? Do you go which way on 30? And it's kind of, you know, The hell with it. We'll go to Tinley. Like I said, I got time to kill. I got realistically 5 hours. I want to be home. I mean, it's 10:30 right now, 10:35, and I'd like to be home 4:30. I may stop by. I may text my brother later and see if, I don't know. Because she wants me to put those, the old lady wants me to put the damn, what do you call the little strips on the bottom of the cabinets? Kick plates or kick something? I don't know. Yeah, the things that go on the bottom, right on the floor, because they've come loose. And she's like, "You got any liquid nails left?" I said, "Yeah, but I just don't know if you really want to go with liquid nails on those. I think you'd rather do just, I mean, it doesn't help the dogs have been chewing them up." Get at least one of the videos up tonight, I know that much, and I'll put links to them somewhere or other. One is the vendor video for Sturgis, so that was like about 10 minutes long, I think. Basically going over based on where everybody was last year, where they're at this year. And if I see any changes, I'll put something up. Probably like a week before I leave. That'll probably be one of the last videos I do regarding Sturgis in 24. And that'll be, like I said, that'll be and that'll be maybe second week of July. Yeah, I'm going to try like first week of every month to do a Sturgis video. I'm trying to take advantage of the weather today, because today the weather's good. The rest of the month it's going to be not necessarily bad, but just kind of iffy. Like I said, not bad, but just kind of iffy. You know, highs in the low 50s. Whereas when I gear up, I mean, I can handle it being about 50 degrees with no problem. Much colder than that. It's just no fun. Because I hope this is recording right. Just because when it's colder than like 50, it's just not fun. You know, yeah, you could, in a strush, could I make it? Sure. If I was up in the mountains or something like that and I got to deal with it, fine. If it's early and I'm trying to make time, yeah, I'll deal with it. I'll put on an extra pair of socks. I'll put all my Under Armour on and maybe put my rain pants on to help with some wind blocking and whatnot. But much colder than that, it just doesn't get fun. I might look into getting a pair of like hand guards too. Go to the crossroads of the nation. Both of them. I was at one earlier and my battery died, so I didn't record that, and that's 30 and 41. Maybe I'll go to where the old Lincoln Highway, US 30, crosses historic Route 66. Which is in Joliet, Illinois. of Joliet Jake and Elwood Blues, the Blues Brothers. I've talked a couple times. I don't know how much it's cut. I'm pretty sure I'm heading west on my trip. I mentioned when it'll be. I'm not going to venture that again. Middle of June, though. The first day out, like, hopefully, if I do the original plan, which is just stay more north, at least Des Moines, I need to make it to the first day. I'd love to make it all the way to Council Bluffs. Whoop, whoop. That'll, my sinuses have just been me. It's kind of weird. You got a buffalo with the seal of Indiana on it right there. Oh, I don't know if my neck's going to stretch enough. Yeah, you know what, for you know what's and giggles I want to talk about is let's talk about motorcycle trips I'd like to do at some point. One is one that I would think of, that I want to do. I need 2 weeks to do it, and I don't have 2 weeks. Not if I'm going to Sturgis, I don't have 2 weeks. I'll have to wait another 2 years until 26, right? 26. And that's first mile to last mile, you know, America's first mile to mile zero, whatever you want to call it, which is Fort Kent, Maine, down to Key West, mostly via, you know, 95 and US 1, with the exception I'll probably skip going through New York City because, you know, F New York City. If you live in New York, nothing against you, it's just I'm a Chicago guy. New York sucks. Old style butcher shop. It's not that old style if it's open on Sundays.